Hello there, I am that Gamer guy, and this week we're discussing LGBT Disney. So if you haven't heard, the upcoming Beauty and the Beast remake has been involved in some controversy this week. The director, Bill Condon, who is gay himself, announced that the film would have an exclusively gay moment and that the character of LeFou,
no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston.
Yeah, that one, would be played, be it implicit or explicit, as gay. And in response to this, various countries across the world have done everything from threatening to ban the film to increasing the age rating to an adult rating. So whilst many have championed Disney for their outward statement of LGBT progressiveness, progression, same thing, others, including myself, are a little bit more sceptical. But before we examine this specific instance of LGBT Disney, I thought we could take a quick look at the history of progressive Disney. So in recent years we've had two examples of explicit, blink and you'll miss it, same-sex parenting. One in Frozen,
Woohoo! Hi family!
and one in Finding Dory.
Poor babies, let me get that for you. Woo!
And even these seconds-long cameos were not without their controversies. Particularly Finding Dory, in which some people argued that Disney included this clip in a trailer in an attempt to deliberately mislead people into thinking that these characters had a bigger role than they actually did. But go back further and Disney had a history of less explicit and more implicit LGBT characters. What is now referred to as gay coding is when filmmakers intend for a character or characters to be read as gay. And this is usually done through stereotypes or subtle clues as to the character's sexuality. The most famous example of this in Disney being Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
And don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha!
She is, for lack of a better word, butch. In her song Poor Unfortunate Souls, she seems to express a dislike for men, and apparently her character was modelled off the drag queen Divine. And this same subtext can be applied to characters throughout Disney's history, most recently Elsa in Frozen. Whilst at face value her song Let It Go is about the fear of the power within her, it can also quite easily be interpreted as a song about repressed sexuality.
Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know.
Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. But let's move on to Beauty and the Beast and Disney's most outwardly LGBT character so far. It could be argued that the original character of LeFou was always meant to be read as gay. After all, his admiration for Gaston sort of pushes boundaries, but this new LeFou is as outwardly gay as a Disney character has ever been. So is this an example of Disney being progressive? Well, yes and no. And we'll start with the no's. Firstly, this announcement came before the release of the film. So you don't have to be the world's biggest cynic to see this whole situation as one big marketing strategy. You may argue that Disney will lose a share of its audience as a result of this announcement, and whilst this is probably true, I would argue that Disney will also gain a significant amount of viewers whose attention has been brought to the film as a result of the controversy. Not only this, but from what I've read, LeFou's sexuality plays out as a joke. That is that we're laughing at the character because he's gay, rather than laughing at a gay character because he's funny. Having said that, you can't deny the advantages that the inclusion of this character could bring. Disney films consistently have ridiculously high viewing figures, but chances are that individuals who are not normally exposed to gay characters, either through their own choice or through their parents, they will see this film. Bigots will be confronted. And in that respect, yes, Disney are LGBT progressive. I only hope that in the future Disney can include LGBT characters without the need to announce them beforehand, and without making that character's sexuality their defining characteristic. LeFou is just a stepping stone. So those are my thoughts on the Beauty and the Beast controversy. Please feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comments. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I also write a bi-weekly gaming blog, so if you're interested in that, then I'll leave a link below. And if there's anything gaming, geek or LGBT related that you'd like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave your suggestions down in the comments. I think I need to go and listen to the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack several times now. Hope to see you guys next time, but until then...